Welcome back to the show. As promised, we've got a lot of events we're talking about on today's show, and if you've never been to a Savvy Company event, you are missing out, especially if you want to learn about some wonderful wines and ciders that you can't find at the LCBO. This is why you go to Outstanding in their fields. And joining me is Debbie Trenholm, founder, of course, and sommelier Savvy Company. How are you?
I am so glad to be back here.
I know you are. Not only just here in person, but events back in person. So is this sort of the first big event in 3 years for you guys?
You better believe it.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly 3 years, almost to the day.
Well, you and I spoke before, and, I have to give, hats off, just talking to Stacy, what a great entrepreneur Stacy is. And, you fall under that category as well because you were so innovative right over the pandemic. Tell our viewers at home how you were able to, sort of change the way that you did business, right?
Well, you know what? I did the math. It's going to be 20 years next year.
Really?
20 years in business. And
Cow.
I started the business in my parents' basement 20 years ago after getting my executive MBA at Queen's. And what I wanted to do was focus in on meeting the people who make the product that we enjoy.
Right.
And meeting the makers, learning about the people who create the wine that isn't always at the LCBO. And one of the little known facts is less than 10%, and I'm being generous, less than 10% of what's made in Ontario, and even smaller amount than that in Canada, is actually at the LCBO. So there's a ton of stuff that you have to go to visit the winery or meet the maker, sometimes at a farmer's market or at our events, and we will deliver whatever it is that your heart desires to order. We will deliver it to your home very quickly.
And you did a lot of that, right, over the last 3 years.
My gosh,
I mean, you were doing it before, so you were pretty much, you guys were prepared, right?
Well, it was interesting because we were doing deliveries all along. We have a Wine of the Month Club, a Cider of the Month Club, a Cheese of the Month Club, and now a Coffee of the Month Club.
Wow.
And those are all delivered to your door, curated by our sommeliers. And so we've been doing that all along, but what happened was it went from a little known fact to everybody wants it during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And we were rushed off our feet.
Well, that's a good thing, right? That's a good. You don't want the opposite. Let's talk about this particular event. I've been at them in the past. It's really a great opportunity, right, to meet those who are making the wonderful wines and ciders.
And right now, they're actually finishing off harvest. And so you can talk to them about how is harvest and what are some of their latest creations, because they're always creating new types of wine, new styles of wine, and ciders as well. So some wineries make both wine and cider, which is really kind of cool.
Yeah.
Then there's cideries who are dabbling a little bit in wine, and then there's some cideries that are 100%, and just like some wineries that are 100% on their product. So we have a broad spectrum of wines from all over Ontario, Prince Edward County, Niagara, Lake Huron.
Really?
Did you know? That whole Grand Band area is the newest and upcoming region.
I had no idea.
And it's not designated yet.
Okay,
so it's, you have to know about these places. So you get to meet some of the winemakers from there in Pelee Island.
Yes,
that's a huge region unto itself. And we've got some winemakers coming up for that too, and some cider makers as well.
So I mean, this is what people can expect, right? Is some of the wines that you brought along here today. And, I think you've got over 100 wines and ciders. So when you buy a ticket, what do you get?
Everything.
Okay.
Just one ticket. So none of this, I need another little ticket.
Oh, gosh. Thank goodness. That drives me nuts. No, seriously.
So one ticket, and we have a special promotion right now of buy a ticket and bring a friend for free. So basically, a buy one, get one free until Halloween. The event is on November the 4th, which is a Friday, and it takes place at City Hall.
Oh, okay.
Inside.
Excellent.
And these are just some of the wines and the wineries that will be there, as well as some of the cideries that will be at this event. And they're coming to Ottawa, so it's a great buying opportunity.
Yeah.
And you will have your obviously your phone, but also an order form that you can order any of your favorites right on the spot, and then we will deliver soon after the event.
I love it. Do you want to highlight a couple of wines that you brought along?
So
I know it's difficult. Yeah.
Sparkling wines is really growing in popularity in Canada, across Canada. So whether it's we're just coming out of the rosé season. I don't know about you, but I'm still drinking rosés like they're going out of style.
For sure.
But then into the whites, Pinot Grigio. This one from Melville is a virtual winery, so they're not on the map. They're actually inside. They're renting the space inside another winery.
Interesting.
And you'll actually find more of those. Fogelar, which is another virtual winery, same idea. They are a winery within a winery and leveraging all the resources to make and focus on making great wines.
It's great to see the partnerships, right? Because when we think of business, we always think, oh, you know, how competitive it is. But this industry, and I will put, you know, the culinary industry into that same category, although, you know, they're competing against each other, they work together a lot, don't they?
So Mark, who is the winemaker at Fogelar, and Ev, who's the cider maker at Ev's Electric, they actually work together.
Okay.
And these two products are made side by side in the same building.
Nice.
So it's a really collaborative thing.
I love it. You have a VIT ticket as well as part of this, right?
So
we've heard of VIPs, but not VITs very often.
So our events always sell out. And respecting that we need to be social distance and we don't want to be oversold.
Okay.
We have what we call a VIT, very important tasters. And so for $25 more, each person can upgrade their ticket and they can come from 5 to 7.
I see.
And the main event's 7 to 9, so they can stay on as long as they like, but it won't be crowded during the 5 to 7 period, and they get some extra little, you know, goodies.
Nice, very nice. I noticed you poured a couple of glasses here. What have you poured for us?
Let me top up your glass.
Oh, okay, all right.
So this is a Cab Merlot. Is it happy hour? It's happy hour.
Somewhere.
Somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So this is the kind of glass that you'll get. Much more wine than you normally will, but it's a taste and buy event, so you're sampling.
Right, right.
And you can take one of the Savvy glasses home after the event.
I have many at home.
Oh.
Yeah, at the cottage.
Perfect.
Not because I stole them, because I went to the event and you get the free glass. Don't ever anyone get on me here. Want to mention too, you're donating some of the proceeds of ticket sales as well to the Ottawa Food Bank, right?
Yes, absolutely. We think it's really important that part of buying local and supporting local is also supporting our community.
Absolutely. So cheers to you. Thank you for being here. Always a pleasure again. Friday, November the 4th, you can visit outstandingintheirfields.ca. We'll be right back.